Welcome
No,
back. This week we're going to be viewing Bioshock
but I'm
Infinite.
afraid of you.
Now, I'm not going to talk during the first part here, just to kind of let the intro start off here a little bit. You're going to see about the first 30 minutes of gameplay that has been edited a little bit
Are
to
you
remove
going to
some
just
of
sit
the
there?
As compared to what?
spoilers, as it were.
Standing.
Not standing, rowing.
Rowing. Hadn't planned on it.
So you expect me to shoulder
What's
the
this?
burden?
No. But I do expect you to do all the rowing.
And why is that?
Coming here was your idea.
What in the world is...
Okay, so we're going to sit here and we're going to talk a little bit about Bioshock Infinite. First of all, we'll knock the first main thing out of the way. Graphics. The game's beautiful, well designed. I ran this thing a full blast of graphics all the way maxed out with no problems on a GTX 580. No real tearing, no slowdown, so it looked pretty good. I had a little problems in here in the video recording. I'm not quite sure what was going on with some of it. I did have to adjust the brightness, so sorry if it looked a little off, but I did the best I could. Other thing, graphically, the field of view starts off a little limited. You can adjust that with a slider in the options. I read somewhere else that you can also adjust that in one of the INI files. You can adjust the field of view to make it a little bit bigger if that's what you like to do. It was fine for me.
All right.
Didn't have any problems there.
Looks like they expect me to
The other
see
thing I noticed that they did a real good job on in this, one, to go with the graphics, other than just beautiful rendering, was lighting. The lighting effects are all over the game. Of course, it's the Sky City, so you're going to be able to see the sky with clouds, and it looked really good.
This can't be good.
So did good there. Again, also with water effects and fire effects. There's a little fire effect down there. So all looked really good. No problems with any of that.
No.
The next part I'm going to touch on is the storyline. Without giving away spoilers, it's a great story. Absolutely freaking phenomenal. Love the ending, and if wait till you get to it, it's just awesome. They really make you connect with the characters, so that's a good thing. They make the main character, Booker DeWitt, he talks in this, which is something unusual for the Bioshock series. Normally, you're the silent, strong type, kind of like the some of the other characters that we've seen in like, so that's pretty cool. And if you don't know the storyline, basically what you're trying to do here is you're sent to the city and you're going after the main, I don't know what you call it, heroine, Elizabeth. And we're going to touch on Elizabeth a little bit without giving away too much. She is basically an AI companion. So once you get to her, she will accompany you through the game. It's pretty cool. She takes cover on her own, but the thing is that she does really nice is that she will get things for you. That's awesome because like she'll throw you ammo, health packs, or salts to help keep your salt up so you can use the vigors, which work almost exactly like plasmids, but they're called vigors in this one. So kind of neat and real nice for that. The other thing that's kind of cool in this game, you can see a lot of the water effects here in the fire, especially with the candles. But one of the other things in this game that I thought was kind of neat is that some of your choices matter. I did not notice anything that was, quote, game-changing mattering. Meaning, you're not going to get like alternate
I just need passage
endings
into the
type
city.
of things. But they do affect the storyline a little bit, and character appearance and NPC appearance. So that's something that's kind of cool. It adds that little bit of, how would you put it, customization.
This or turn around and get back
So it makes you feel like the things you do actually make a difference in the game. So that's kind of cool in that respect. The other thing is AI and NPC interaction. Most of the NPCs will leave you alone. Most of the citizens, they don't care. Unless you do something to antagonize them. Main one being, let's say you walk into a shop. People are there, just having a good day, and you decide to remove all the money from the cash register. That tends to aggravate them, and they will attack you. I did not notice that it had any effect on anything else. So that was kind of...
What do you want?
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but it was kind of neat that there was a reaction to my actions. So anyway, the other thing is too is how you have to manage some of your stuff. Mainly like say salts. you only get so much of it, and you do rely heavily on them in areas. So that's something I did like. You have to manage that because it's just not everywhere that you can fill up on some of the stuff. So that was the one thing with that. There are vending machines through the game. Seem to be a lot of them most of the game.
That
You get to the
idiot
end, and then
priest needs to
like
learn the
there's not
difference
that
between
many.
baptizing
So
a man
just to
and
give you a warning on that one.
A sword of gold,
Gameplay.
so that
Need to find a landmark. and figure out
Gameplay's
how
fairly
far I am.
smooth. I hated the
To Father Franklin,
main
key
keybinds.
of
I did
gold
find
so
myself
that Eden
rebinding a
might
lot of
have
them.
industry that set her
So
above all other nations.
just something in my point of view there. They seem some of the keybinds are just a little bit awkward to use, especially like melee and stuff like that. The first playthrough I did on this game was actually on hard mode.
Our prophet fills
I
our
made it
lungs
through
with
most of
water,
the game
so they
up
may
until the
better
very
love
end,
the air.
until I had to actually, and at the end of it, I had to switch it to medium. I couldn't beat it, not on hard mode. That's probably me. I was not very effective at my resource management,
Across the Delaware,
which I'm going to touch
the
on.
flaming sword
It
and
sounds kind of
wings
funny to talk about
angels.
that in a game like Bioshock Resource
Watch over
Management,
me
but it
and
is
lend
there a
me
little bit.
strength.
You need to
Shield my
manage,
mind from fear and
your
doubt.
weapon ammo,
So that I
money,
may
and your
sword
salts,
and the scroll.
because there is a death penalty, which is kind of nice to play a game that has a little
Just
bit of a
'cause
death
the city
penalty in this.
flies don't mean it ain't got its fair
The
share
death
of
penalty in this is
fools.
a little unusual. It basically takes money away from you, obviously, when you
Hello.
die, so that's a little norm for some games. But what it does is it brings you back, but it doesn't bring you back at full health. It brings you back with a portion of your health back. But it also replenishes a portion of any enemies that were around you were fighting with a portion of their health back as well. So worked kind of neat to make you pay attention. So it's kind of nice on that. Make sure you manage that stuff. But like I said, I wasn't quite ready for how that worked towards the end of the game. So if you're playing through it, make sure you please manage your resources, because it will benefit you more when you get to the end. But I did, like I said, I did like it. Let's see. Next thing, so we did resources. Next thing I'm gonna give you some advice on when you get near the end of the game. Make sure before you go to the next areas you restock on stuff and save your game. Because there are some places where you'll get to and you will need stuff and you won't have it. So you will have to find yourself rebooting from a later save, and that kind of sucks. I didn't like the fact they did an auto run, which is basically just push the shift key and you run. I wasn't real happy with that. Minor thing, because it just something kind of bugged me a little bit. The other thing was they did finishing moves in this. Not quite sure what I thought of finishing moves, because I played through the whole game and never saw one. I got to see one. You'll get to see here in a little while. It's the only one I've seen in the whole game. Played through the whole game on hard mode. Never saw a finishing move. But then again, I didn't melee a whole lot of people either. So, but the problem is the finishing moves are done with an NPC is at very low health, and it's such a sliver of health that usually they're dead before you get a chance to do it. So I didn't really see an effect with those. Iron sights on the guns, not really needed. There is a benefit to it in the fact that it zooms in a little bit, so if you're firing at things that are farther away, it's a little easier to see. So I did like that, but as far as accuracy, you don't improve anything. The game will shoot just as accurately from the hip as it does from going down the iron sights. And sometimes the iron sights are actually a little better. But just one of the things. The video footage you're watching right now is actually recorded in the 1999 mode, which is unlocked after you beat the game. And I want to tell you, I didn't like 1990 mode. It's hard. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to come after you've beaten the game. It's supposed to challenge you, and it will, because it does a couple things that the normal playthrough did not do. I mentioned a minute ago about death penalties.
Was that?
In the normal modes, if you run out of money, you'll still come back to life. You'll just have zero money. So it doesn't
Come on, let me through.
slam you to the ground for dying a lot.
tails.
This will. 1999 mode will slam you to the ground and say, hey, you're out of money, buddy. Going back to the main menu, you have to reload from the last save. So that kind of sucked.
There's always next time.
I suppose
But
it is.
I did, looking here at some of this in the dialogue, did like all that. Loved the little nuances they put in the game, the little history you can find out about the game, or about the city, I should say, not the game. So all that was kind of cool. But yeah, it's a really good game. It's definitely worth the price. If you're looking at if you like the other Bioshocks, you're gonna love this one. Even if you've never played one, you will like this one. It's a great story. It's a engaging game as far as just playing. It plays very smoothly, meaning you go from one event to the next in a very fluid motion, which is awesome. So it's not like okay, I've beat this area, and now everything's quiet while I go to the next area, and then I fight my way through mobs to a boss. It's not quite that setup, and I kind of like that. It made everything very, very neat, and I guess that's the best way to put it: neat and fluid. It just felt like I was playing through this game. I started caring about the characters. I cared about what happened to them. So that was something I enjoyed. One thing I forgot to mention was about Elizabeth is that she does not only just throw you health, ammo, and salts, she'll also throw you money. Like a lot of money. So every now and then she'll throw you a coin. Like, here's a coin. I guess she poops coins or is a magician. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna let you play the next 5 minutes of video here. Is basically just a little bit of the combat system. Enjoy watching, and I hope you guys liked the video. And I'll see you next time. Take care.
Son of a bitch is in the park! Cut him off! Don't let him escape!
It's getting hot. What's going on?
Ah! Yeah! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Let's kiss. No, you only live once.
This...